had a classmate of ours who was a terrific singer. He was about 2 or 3 years older than us. His background, he was a teacher from Malaysia. So once in a while before the lecture starts, we would request him to sing us a song, which he would oblige. And there he would go in his robust, what I call robust baritone voice. And his favorite song was either from Tom Jones, Green Green Grass of Home, or Engelbert Humperdinck. Those were the popular songs of the times. The second episode was, we had some visiting professors from University of British Columbia. And there was a year when business administration was introduced as part of the economics course. The Canadian professors brought with them some colorful habits or style. The teaching was very friendly, and one day one of them came in a pair of khaki shorts. It was quite funny. There was no laughter, but a lot of giggling at the back of the class. Career-wise, I think there are two parts to it. One was the academic career, and the other one was the career in the private sector. In the academic side, I think the highlights was that together with 3 other lecturers, we started the Department of Business Administration. That was in 1965. And we managed to recruit 21 brave students to join that class. And they graduated in 1968, class of, they call it the first class of BBA, meaning Bachelor of Business Administration. The other highlights was that, not really academic, but I was invited to join the Public Service Commission, I think in 1993, and I stayed there for about 30 years. It was a long journey, but it was well worth it. The non-academic part of my career, the highlights really were the establishment of what I would call Vietnam Brewery. In 1989 or so, Vietnam was trying to encourage foreign investment. As MD of the Asia Pacific Breweries at that point in time, I had to sell the idea to my board to invest in that country. At that time, it was not easy. There was a lot of discussion among our board of directors. This is a joint venture board anyway. The central question they posed at that point in time was, how are you going to take your money out? How do you know you're going to make a profit? You know. So on that score, we went in with a very small investment. I think it was less than 500,000. But lo and behold, we made money in the first year. Basic concepts are good in the sense that once you have mastered them, it's quite easy to relate them when you're in the working place. Particularly in marketing, for example, you then learn how to position your product. You learn about unique selling proposition. You learn about packaging, how you should differentiate yourselves from the competitors. I would say that in terms of the experience then, learning from those concepts, I decided, marketing-wise anyway, you know, if you look at the milk in the marketplace, they all come back in standard white color, maybe a little bit of blue here and there. So when we sat down to discuss this, I decided that we should change completely. So I told them, why don't you use a strong dark color? And they came back with a bright red color. So what you see in the marketplace today, farmhouse milk, for example, that was during my charge. It was interesting because you take a completely different stand. It was very successful. It's probably the best-selling fresh milk at this point in time. Go out and make as many friends as possible. I wish I could have done that, right? You should make friends with people outside your faculty. Maybe the sciences, the dentistries, the medical, you know. I tell you why. Because later in life, you find that to be successful, you always need to have a good accountant, a good lawyer, a good doctor, maybe a dentist, and most of all, a good contractor. The other thing which I would advise that if you have a chance while you're studying, go for this, what you call, exchange program. It will expose you to different ideas other than what's happening in Singapore. Nowadays I think the students are very well equipped and they've got a very broad outlook of what is happening in the world.